Frog. Today we're going to be starting out a new Rong campaign on Total War 3 Kingdoms. Now for a bit of context, I've played Total War 3 Kingdoms a little bit. I'm not super experienced on it, I've won a couple of campaigns, but I've played a lot of Total War games, and I feel like I can give this a go because the fundamentals are always the same. I haven't played Rong before, and he seems like an interesting kind of guy, and a bit different to the other characters that I have played. So I'm going to start out with him, and we'll just see how this campaign goes. So welcome onto the campaign map. Here we go. Looks like we have to defend ourselves against the Yellow Turbans and be wary of Yuan Shao. That's our kind of starting mission, and obviously kill this guy, as we always have to. So for context, the reason I like Total War 3 Kingdoms is I played Dynasty Warriors when I was a kid and got into like the characters and the Three Kingdoms period, like in terms of the history. So I know while this is a dead game, I do kind of enjoy playing it, although obviously it's psyched for Warhammer 3. Okay, so from the looks of things, we've just got a standard Yellow Turban army, and we can expand into our province. Great. These things seem okay.
For the people.
Archers, G militia, okay. Alright. Cool, so first things first, we're just going to attack this guy and try and unite our province. Okay, here we go. So typically I prefer crossbowmen to archers, but this will do. I think the plan is just going to be kind of boring, loop around a bit with our combat generals, and we'll use Rong to kind of chase people down. Okay. So one thing I do know is apparently you get more experience if you issue the duel order yourself. So that is something we should always try to do. This guy's quite fast, but so are we, which is always nice. So these are just kind of standard Yellow Turban warriors. That's not very exciting.
Is under attack. Faster! Move! Double time! Stand ready!
Let's try and 2v1 this guy.
Ready! Move! At the ready!
As I say, I've never played this before, so I don't know. I haven't played the Rong campaign before, so I'm not really sure how strong everyone is in relation to each other. But seeing as we have 3 generals and he only has 1, I think we can just dogpile him. So this is a weird graphics glitch that came in with the new update. So I'm not really sure what to do, but I will try and avoid zooming in on units as best as I can. back.
Prepare.
Yeah, I mean it looks like the dog pile is working. We've not really taken very much damage.
At the ready. At the ready. Cavalry to attention.
I'm gonna tell Rong to attack the yellow turban warriors.
A comrade is being attacked.
Hurry, move. Do not relent. To attention.
So the reason I'm doing this is because I want Rong to get a bit more experience compared to the other two.
Prepare.
He's coming after me, okay.
The time has come. Double time. Run. Charge. To attention. At the ready. Make ready.
Hey! And then we can get him to run them down.
Make ready.
Tell these guys to stop.
Stand ready.
So in general, the way I play these is not. I don't kind of min-max on the campaign, but I'm not opposed to like using the like overwhelming power of the characters to help me win battles. So while you're not going to see me kind of like disbanding all the armies and just using the characters, I am going to heavily rely on my powerful generals, let's just say that.
The time has come.
Well, their archers, they're not very good. Wang Rao.
Ready. Double time.
So, and yeah, so typically the other thing that I know, like in terms of min-maxing, one of the other things that you can do is obviously like farm rebels,
The enemy unit, please.
and
What cowards. Destroy them.
and kind of not destroy armies.
Stand ready.
But that's not really my play style. I guess I prefer, you know,
Attend.
I prefer to just destroy them if I can. I appreciate that it's not as good as it could be, but
Take heed, warriors.
I seem to do fine on.
Go for the legs.
I've won legendary campaigns.
Prepare. Go, go, go.
Not min-maxing, so I'm not going to if I don't need it.
Make ready. Go for the legs.
Looks like Rong has dealt with them. We're going to dogpile this guy.
Still yourselves.
Not really sure why this guy is not charging, but there you go.
Stand ready. Ready. To attention.
Let's see if we can kill Wang Rao. Another thing that you'll see, of course, is people will like not capture. So the as I understand it, the way you capture someone is by letting them run away rather than killing them on the battlefield.
Has come.
Again, that's not something I'm too fussed about. If I capture them, I capture them. If I don't, I don't. Got a very tired-looking Rong. Yep. I don't think we're going to get him. Never mind. So I'm going to speed this up now because the battle's pretty much over. And it's just a case of
Look,
chasing them
the
down.
enemy run. Craven.
Put the other guys in on it. Overall, these like intro battles are quite easy. It's just about making sure you do it as efficiently as possible, I think. And getting as much experience for your characters as you can. Cool.
Our faith was rewarded.
Take the
They
income.
fought only for their beliefs.
Lost only a couple of archers. I think we can deal with that. We have defeated Wang Ro, huzzah. People are becoming friends. Oh, and we killed him. Great.
Focus your rage.
So I am going to delegate this one.
From the roots to heaven.
Speed this up. We have got support from the people. And now we need to build stuff. Rong is getting experience. We've secured our commandery and people are becoming friends. Great success. Okay. So we have plenty of food.
Sprout ever upwards to heaven.
So the mission was construct or upgrade a building in Juxian, which will give us construction time and construction cost. So that's probably a good thing to do. I think I'm going to go for the inn. So we might be able to get a trade deal with the Han Empire.
A middle ground can be reached.
Okay. So it doesn't look like I can get a trade monopoly just yet. Trade monopoly. Okay, so it just increases my trade influence. So I'm very so Kong Rong plays very tall rather than wide, and I tend to play wide. Looks like he's pretty standard as a strategist. I don't know the game inside out, but this looks about right. Obviously we want to be pushing towards night battles. This is really useful once we get trebuchets. This guy looks pretty standard. Temper deflection. Yeah, so we just have a few generic guys. Okay, so let's give this guy the stone pick.
Sprout ever upwards.
So I'm gonna give Kong Rong the clay axe because that will give him a bit more authority. Which will give everyone a little bit of satisfaction. This guy's on 23, so he looks okay. We can get away with it, I think we can. And I'm not too fussed. Alright, so I'm gonna give Zheng Yan the stone monkey. I'm not too worried about Shi Yi because we already have a strategist in Kong Rong. So that's the first turn. I think what I'm going to try and do is go for Lian next. And try and secure this area and get the trade. And then maybe push south into the Han, but I'm in no rush.
Embarking. Bring news of what
Shun
occurred
Shao
in
is
my
upset.
absence.
I would be too. So this is one of the strengths of Kong Rong is the Fury of Beihai unique unit. They're pretty strong. Disciplined. Yeah, I'm quite tempted to pick them up actually, even at this high cost, but I don't think we need them just yet.
Remain calm.
I'm just conscious of the financial situation. So yeah, we're going to push for Lian.
We would be no threat to you. Our talks flow as smoothly as the river.
I also tend not to be too diplomatic, which is something that this game is makes this game harder for me. Obviously, in previous Total Wars, the diplomacy system wasn't very intricate, and yeah, as a result, this has kind of come back to bite me. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so we've got some flying daggers. Those are okay. I think let's just upgrade that. We're not really too fussed about the food. It's good. Maybe we could have got the reach, but I like to rush night battles. We'll go for Lian now.
Shout fury!
I'm going to delegate this one as well.
The people's voice cannot be silenced. Vent frustration.
So, the main thing that I'm kind of thinking about right now is the Yellow Turban Rebellion.
Welcome, my lord. Your presence is heartening.
And what are we going to be able to do about it? So we have about 700 income right now. So I'm just thinking if we get we could get 2 spear guards, but I kind of want the Fury of Beihai.
Resist corruption and endure hardships.
Let's see, is any Liu Bei's willing to
Glad tidings to you.
talk to us. I usually check the ancillaries just in case, but there's not usually anything to pick up there. And then obviously any cash that we can grab would be good. Cool. So I've got a trade monopoly now. That is something. Might be able to trade with the hand, but I also don't know how valuable that will be. Okay, so we could fortify Lian a little bit. That might be valuable. We still have economy grows, so this will be. It's expensive. It'll take a lot of our gold, but I think it's probably worth it because we're going to have to cover and fight at Dongpingling, I think. Obviously, if you guys have any suggestions about how to play Kong Rong or this game, let me know. Sun Jian's dead, of course. I'm not pretending I'm an expert.
Advancing! I return! How fare the people?
So I really like spear guards as a unit. I think they're quite a versatile front line, particularly for champion characters. So I'm kind of deciding whether the best thing to do would be recruit, or whether to because that would obviously, I don't see us kind of going anywhere soon apart from Dongpingling. So I think I'm going to put some spear guards in, and then maybe some of the Fury of Beihai as well after that. In terms of the reforms, this is always a tricky one. I don't need the trade agreements, that's not much use to me. I could get the income from peasantry, so that's about half of my income at the moment. I usually play for the military side of things, so I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. I don't think I'm going to need to get a trade agreement. Yeah, I'm going to go for the peasantry. Okay, I've gained momentum. I will get. So this is where I'm tempted to get the Fury of Beihai units, but I think I'll avoid it. So I'm not going to send anyone on assignment yet. I think we just upgrade as best we can. Oh, this guy has Night Battles and Wisdom of the River. Okay, he's quite strong. We'll hold on for a bit. Get those spear guards up and running. Post in a coastal port. 1 turn, 2 turns, 2 turns. I think we can go. We can definitely explore.
The mightiest tree survives on its roots.
We can explore next turn, so. So that's all good. I never really know what to do in these situations. I feel like we have to build up a little bit. And the reason I'm doing that is because what I'm worried about is a Yellow Turban army that's sat in Dong, kind of around here. So I just want to make sure that we are as ready as we can be. Okay. Happy with that. Let's see if there's any trade agreements that we can get. No, we still don't know anything about anyone, quite honestly. So let's upgrade that.
Avoid unnecessary conflict.
No, I'm not going to give Liu Bei access. Tend to want to avoid letting people walk through my lands, because usually it means that they can expand when I might not be able to. Alright, Dao Chan's happened. We've got a wooden dog, that's exciting.
Honor your ideals.
Let's try and take Lian. Okay. Okay. So this is typically somewhere where I would use my generals to their fullest effect. Again, it's just something to consider that there's going to be we are going to take casualties, and minimizing casualties is obviously quite important. So it's actually quite good that these guys are speedy. They're going to be able to move in and take the towers, and obviously the towers are the main threats. It looks like they've blocked this all off. That is a little bit annoying.
Treachery! Hidden enemies!
Oh yeah, look, hidden
The time
enemies.
has come.
But
Fight!
none of these guys look like they're any good against
Take heed, warriors!
horsemen.
Move! March
So
at
as
the
long as we
double.
keep our gang moving,
Make ready! Go for the legs! Ready!
capture the tower with a bit of luck. Yeah,
Move out quickly!
back out.
Run! Hurry! Move! Go, go, go! Move, move! Attack! Run! Move out quickly!
Obviously, like these generals aren't really the best. In fact, they're probably some of the worst for
No mercy!
taking on large groups of units in terms of the type of general.
To attention! Steel yourselves! Move! Hurry! Move!
So
Run, run! Move out
it looks
quickly!
like Wang Zhu is taking a bit of damage, which is not ideal.
Move, move! Double time! March at the double! Run! Hidden units!
This is where we
In
probably
ambush!
want to fight.
Faster! Move out
Alright.
quickly!
I think it's time to bring up the remaining soldiers.
Take heed, warriors! Move, move!
These guys just need to tie down.
Run! Run, run! Hurry, move! Strike! Our men have been discovered! Go, go, go! March at the double! Faster! Ready! The time has come! Movement! With speed! Ready! Go, go! Attack!
So we're just going to run the archers down because
Victory
again,
grows
that's
ever
just
closer.
Run! Stand ready! Prepare! Quick march!
it's actually pulling the entire army away from the towers, which is obviously great for us.
Stand ready! Fight! To attention! At the ready! At the ready!
Alright, so by pulling the archers away, pulling the army away, hopefully this makes our bum rush for the towers a little bit easier.
At the ready!
And obviously if we can get the archers to rout, that would be ideal.
Go for the legs! Stand ready! Prepare!
That's going to happen, so I'm going to put, instead of going too deep, I'm going to pull these guys out. Come on, Mr. Wang Zhu. I'm also butchering the pronunciations. I'm not going to pretend that like I can do Chinese at all. So So apologies in advance for that. Alright. G Militia. In you go. And we'll pull these guys around. Annoyingly, they're going for my poor little Saber Militia. Let's bring our cavalry around as well. I think we might have to send our G Militia through them around the outside, I think. Let's do that. Oh. So we don't really want these guys fighting. We can kill the People's Warband, that's fine.
Prepare! To attention!
Let's go for the archers. Oh, G infantry are having a horrible time.
Our men are running.
Because of course they are. Right, that wasn't such a good start. Let's try and get rid of these archers. Okay, Kongrong followed them up. Send these two over here. Alright, they're going deeper into the settlement, so let's just go over here again. Alright, good news is the G Militia didn't shatter, but they didn't do very much else. To be honest, I am not a fan of G Militia. I don't think they do very much. They are kind of a last resort unit, in my opinion. Which is one of the reasons why I sent them in first. Alright, we've shattered the some units over here, so that's freed up our flank, and I think that means that we can take on this People's Warband with our Saber Militia. So yeah, typically I would want like a Vanguard or something like that, a Vanguard General. But given that this is still early days, we don't have any Vanguard Generals. These guys can still do the job. I think Champions can be okay.
The enemy unit flees.
There we go, shattered, that's good news for us. Let's pull these guys up. We can unloose. What's going on here? So we might actually be able to sandwich these guys, so that's nice. We have Nature's Ally, which gives us some morale. That's always nice. And Encourage. So yeah, I mean the main thing is just not. Let's go deal with those archers. And the other archers in the distance have given up on us, so that's good. Mr. Zheng Yan is going to go chase these archers down, because obviously if they can't shoot us, that is the best situation that we can have. And then yeah, just charge in and see what damage we can do. That's it. Shattered them. It's good. There's a rout. It's just this captain. So put Kongrong.
Time has come. Ready! Show no mercy! Prepare! Move! Move! Unleash fury! To attention!
Mr. Wang Shu. Oh, he's ridden straight through them.
Kill them!
I think
The enemy warriors are
that
running.
is it.
Make ready!
Well done.
The people's voice cannot be silenced.
All right. So,
Another
we've won,
branch grows
we've
and
taken
sprouts.
Dongping Ling, and we get the joy of converting things over. Alright, Zheng Yan. So we probably want to give him reach and flexibility. Ranged armor piercing rate. Okay, so
You grant
given
me
that this
kindness
guy
and calling,
has
my lord.
better replenishment, I'm going to give him the command just so that we can heal up our units a little bit. He's upset because now he's a bit higher rank. I'm usually fine with him having the spear. Sometimes I go for glaives, but I think this is fine for now. So we've taken a little bit of territory, which is good, and we haven't seen the yellow turbans anywhere. Which is always a good sign. Ah, that said, there is now a massive yellow turban rebellion.
Spout ever upwards to heaven.
Which is always great news. Challenge is we're likely to lose this now, and that's
Resist
a lot of
corruption
my
and endure hardship.
financial strength. So there's a lot of peasant warriors, peasant archers. This is not a great army, but obviously the challenge that we've got is gonna be a little bit challenging. We aren't quite there yet when it comes to we're probably not quite there yet when it comes to taking these guys on. But we definitely have a cavalry advantage, so I wonder to what extent we could bring in the mounted saber militia. I think we're going to go for it.
Shout fury!
Oh. Well, the balance of power has lied to me. Let's give it a go. Alright, so we are quite outnumbered here.
Ready! Warriors!
I think we're going to have to try and rely very heavily on the cavalry and our generals to get this to work. Oh, and they have peasant spearmen, which makes life a little bit trickier, but there we go. Yeah, and they have archers too. So they do have their generals are quite slow, so we might be able to kind of maneuver them here. Okay.
Your general needs aid.
Alright, that's a good start. So I think this is going to be kind of crucial to how we win this. Obviously, if we get unhorsed, that is probably a game over. I mean, ideally, we want to be in a situation where we can not only kill a unit, but then also force it to rout as well. So if we can pick these guys off, like force it to shatter as well,
The
so
enemy run.
we don't have to. Alright, great. Let's bring these guys up, because I think we are going to need our army at some point. Out. So like these peasant spearmen are exposed, their morale is bad, and that's what we're kind of relying on here. The other thing to note is, of course, the charge reflection only counts if the unit is braced and facing you. So these like stragglers here are kind of, we want to consider them like food, basically. That's how we're gonna just bring these guys up. So we are kind of tired, so maybe we'll just bring them out over here and let them refresh a second. Still very tired. Elongating their line again, so we're going to go see if we can hunt down these peasant warriors. Whoa, okay. Great, peasant warriors are running. More peasant warriors. One thing I noticed about this game is that the AI, like the way the chasing happens, is I feel like it's quite buggy. Okay, bringing a few spearmen in. Great, peasant spearmen are running. We'll chase them down. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay. I think the main thing to think about here is that pull them through. Obviously, if we can get the archers, that would be ideal, because that means we can kind of force them to come to us. That's a bit deep. But then again, obviously, killing the infantry is kind of crucial to breaking them. All right, we got another route. Oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to pick these guys off. But yeah, so this is clearly what the reason why the campaign is considered hard is this. I think it must be scripted rebellion. But that said, it actually looks quite manageable. As long as we can rely on cycle charging our generals. I think the main thing that I really don't want to happen is them to lose their horses, because that will be curtains. All right, we're getting to a point where we can probably start thinking about bringing our other units in. Yep, they've shattered. All right, come on, gang. All right, how are we doing for time? Not too bad. Not too bad. I think they must be down to about half now. Half strength. Obviously, I don't have any. That's not a good charge. Obviously, I don't have any indicator telling me that they're down to half strength, but just kind of based on what I can see of their blob. Alright, great. And they're running again. Yeah, so these are weak-ass fighters, but they can inspire their troops. We need these guys to shatter, okay. So the average battle length is like probably like 15 minutes tops. So I'm not going to start bringing my guys in, or bringing the rest of my army in until I've got about 15 minutes left. Oh, that's another route. Let's bring up the cavalry, get them to chase them down. Ooh. Okay, that's a shatter. Alright, perfect. Okay. I'm fine with my cavalry taking a couple of casualties. It's more just to like free up space and time for... Okay, that did the job. For my generals to clean up. Alright, back they come. So yeah, looking significantly easier now. Oh, they are shooting at my cavalry, which we can put them over there. In and out, in and out. Oh, they're walking into range of my archers now, which is always a nice thing to see. Alright, let's try and cut these peasants down. Peasant archers down. Alright. So
Stand ready.
I always tend to try and get my archers to shoot at their archers.
Ready. Move. To attention. Do not relent. Cavalry mount up. Hurry. Move.
Particularly as like melee
No mercy.
units tend, well, as the game progresses, melee units tend to have shields. Alright, so we can speed this up. Oh. Let's bring these guys forward a little bit more.
The time has come. Stand ready. Fight.
Chase them down.
Hurry, move.
I think we're going to be fine.
To attention.
Yeah, as I say, it looks like my Looks like my cavalry are taking some casualties, but generally speaking, we're okay. Alright, let's get involved, boys. It's quite funny that the generals in this game could be female, which I don't actually have a problem with. On those guys. I know there was some controversy around certain around like female generals in Warhammer and whether that was realistic. I don't think it makes a difference, particularly in this setting when there are so many kind of well-known female like characters in the period. Right, spear guards doing their job. Alright, bringing my generals back. This is just clean up now. Probably, I don't actually know how strong these units are, but I suspect we can probably chase them all down. So obviously with them shattering,
The enemy run! Craven!
The time has come!
I'm not sure if I want to duel them. We just dogpile as time to turn the archers off. Alright, keep the army together. Use the cavalry to chase down the infantry, don't let them come back.
Take heed, warriors! To attention! Run! Run! The time has come! Show no mercy! Unleash fury! Unleash fury! Attend! Prepare! Go for the legs!
Alright, I think we're gonna
Ready
do
to
it.
fight! Charge! Attend! Move out quickly!
Yep.
The enemy unit flees!
First one gone.
What cowards! Steel
Cavalry need
yourselves!
to come around. Okay, broken, nice, and
Move!
alright,
Move, move.
perfect.
Show no mercy! The time
We
has
are gonna chase these guys down.
come! Attack!
Alright. And then we can just finish it off. Yeah, so as I said, like I definitely rely on the power of my generals. I don't think I could have fought this without them. But actually having that extra, cavalry really helped. Obviously if there was like a vanguard in the army, then like this would probably be even easier, but obviously we don't have much to take down like large numbers of units. That said, 580, 450, 600. These guys did a pretty good job. Again, it's just sort of peasants, it's chaff, but hopefully we're going to get some level ups off this as well, which is always nice. And I want to just, yeah, that's fine, I'll claim.
Revolt.
I'm going to sort out this glitch.
Our victory is proof of heaven's approval.
So a foreman, that's okay. I don't think I need the income.
It is
Kill
the
her.
people's will.
And I usually get the recruit, because that means that we can kind of go on to the next
Destroy corruption.
kind of easily. Alright,
Honor your
Mighty
ideal.
Knockback. We got the Foreman, we got Blood Dragon, we got Earth Dragon, that's pretty good. We got Level Up. Alright, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Obviously, if you've liked it, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. You know how to do it. Obviously, it would help me out and help the channel out massively. So, thanks so much, guys.